right, so what I want you guys to do, we're just going to get grounded first. So with your spine nice and straight and your hands up on your lap, I just want you to close your eyes and concentrate on a normal in-breath through the nose and a soft exhale through open lips, little gentle HA. Try and just stretch that all the way as long as you can. And then follow it up by another normal in-breath and an exhale, HA. So finding a nice natural rhythm. We breathe in, and when you think you breathed in enough, keep breathing in to fill up those lungs. Really inflate, drink it up, drop it all the way out. When you think it's gone out, keep exhaling, keep sending it to the earth. So you're finding that nice, fresh inhalation, expanding the rib cage. Dropping the air out the mouth. You're literally feeling your whole body deflate, soften, send all the stress out through the legs into the earth. And letting go of today, letting go of any tension, any stress, any mindfulness, filled mind with chaos and worry. Let it go. And really feeling the power of right here, right now. As we breathe in, it's like we pull up the earth energy through our groin, up our belly, up the chest, into the shoulders, up into the crown. And we drop it in reverse order from the crown, through the throat, bathe it through the heart, down through the lower chakras, back into the legs, out the feet. And you're mindfully scanning in. That's it. And as you're scanning inwardly, start to lift your gaze, your eyes. Lift them up through the third eye. Just aware of your posture as well. Your shoulders are back and down. Your palms are facing up. You're really accessing all of the energy from the earth, from the sky. Just really aware of the breath, cleansing and clearing the clutter from the legs into the belly, into the chest, through the heart, and then flushing it back down, cleansing and clearing. And as we breathe in, the next breath all the way up to the top, I want you to add a humming sound, anything that works for you, and exhale with So we breathe up together. Just push the sound down. Feel it just sweep through the body. Again, bring the breath in. Natural. Really not caring about making the sound, just keeping it internal, flushing your body, bathing it in humming, bringing the breath up, and then sending it down. Again, breathe the breath in. Let it go. It naturally fall, not forced. Again, breathe it in and really hum it through the body. as you're breathing now at your own rhythm, I'd like you to breathe in, and I'd like you to, as your eyes are lifted, I'd like you to think of a situation, a time, when you were an adult, for you, Rocco, right now, that you felt afraid. I want you to really think, what's a memory that comes to mind as an adult, for the adults here, when I felt afraid? But yet, I chose to face this fear. So it's a fear, but I chose to face it. So what are you observing? What are you thinking? What are you feeling at the time? So let's say I saw the roller coaster and I felt butterflies. And there are butterflies in my stomach. What did you or the people around you say, think, and do to help you face this fear? So I want you to see the scene. What am I saying to myself? What are people around me saying, doing? What did I tell myself? I might have told myself, if the little kids can do this, well, I sure as heck can get on and do this. What do I tell myself? And at what point did your fear start to go down? How did you feel afterward? How did you feel after you did it? Now, as you're continuing to breathe and be present, I want you to think back on a situation in childhood where you faced your fear. How was it the same or different than that first situation? And take a nice breath in and let it go. And finally, think of a situation you are currently facing that creates fear or anxiety. What are you most afraid of? Being fired from your job, getting a poor grade in school, being embarrassed by something. Now, is there a way to apply the same skills you used in the two earlier situations to be more courageous in this situation? Remind yourself, you have these skills. You've used them successfully in the past. What mental or environmental barriers are standing in the way of using these skills? How can I cope with or get rid of these barriers? And now breathing in, let it go. Again, breathe in, let it go. Again, breathe in, let it go. And I want you to have in your mind here, what is it? What did I do to overcome fear in the past? What do I need to do right now to overcome my mental and environmental barriers, keeping me from attacking head-on the fear and anxiety in my present situation? And when you think you have a good grasp on that, you have something in mind or in your heart, you could slowly begin to open your eyes, come back into the room, And if you're willing, or if you have an answer to what it is you used as a coping skill in the past, what is it that you need to use right now? Anybody want to share what came to mind? Did anybody come up with anything? Rob, did you come up with something?
That one time I was scared.
And what did you do to overcome it?
Well, when I was scared, I had like a really big phobia of getting sick.
Mm-hmm.
So I was about to go on a roller coaster in Universal Studios,
Mm-hmm.
and I was scared because I didn't want to get sick.
Mm-hmm.
But even though I never get sick, so I just trying to tell myself like you're going to be fine. You've never gotten sick on a roller coaster. Like you're fine.
Okay.
Stop freaking yourself out. Nothing's going to happen. Have
Okay.
fun. You're only going to be here for today, and then you're leaving.
Right.
Because like I was having a fun time with my mom, my
Right.
uncle that I barely see because he lives in Florida.
So you figured
I was
enjoy
there with
it.
them, so I said
Right.
to myself, I better enjoy this. So if I didn't go on it, I wouldn't have that memory of having fun with my uncle because he went on with me.
Okay.
And then as soon as I got on the roller coaster and it started going, I was laughing, having fun.
Okay,
with
so
him.
when it was finished, you felt how?
I felt happy. when I
Happy.
went on. And I would have felt really sad when I got home and realized that like I missed out on a great opportunity
Right.
to have fun.
It sounds like you would have had regret.
Yeah.
That. So now, Elisa, what'd you come up with? Were you able to find a situation when you were a child, or is something now that makes you fearful and anxious? When you go there, nothing came? You have a hard time going into that space?
No, I don't think I'd come up with a solution, I guess.
Or did you
I
have
pick
it?
I picked the bad things to go begin with, like something I was afraid of in the past.
But did you overcome it? Did you
I-
face it?
Oh, I had to.
So you did,
Right.
and then when you did, how did it feel?
Well, it still didn't feel good because the outcome was bad, but I just knew it was.
It wasn't going to kill you. You knew you could
No.
survive it.
Right.
So what did you tell yourself to face it?
Well, my ex-husband had told me, you're strong. You'll get through this, all the things I've been through, the car accident and things I've been through all my life. You're
Okay.
strong, so you could do it.
So it was him telling you.
Yeah, he told me.
It wasn't you telling you.
No.
So it was the people in your life
Right,
telling you to get you through it.
right.
So is there a similar situation now that you're facing that's fear and anxiety?
Yeah.
And would you need to depend on that external person to encourage
Yeah, I
you?
probably would, but I do have people encourage me, but it's still fear.
Okay. All right, hold that. Jules.
Mine was something silly, but I was thinking back when I was scared to use the weights in my gym.
Okay.
So I always took yoga classes. I always went to the classes in the back, and I was scared to death to use, I just was so intimidated when, all the guys are there.
Right.
And I don't want to I don't know what I'm doing.
Okay.
And it started with my ex-boyfriend did help me, get acclimated to it. But then after, a couple times, he wasn't there anymore. So I did do self-talk.
Uh-huh.
Um,
So you were dependent on him first, and then you were
Yeah,
able to
in some
self-talk.
ways.
And what did you
Yeah.
say to yourself?
I just kept saying, I can do this. This is you remember how to use the equipment. I don't know, just things to help me feel more comfortable about it. Like a friend would say to you.
Okay. So now, present,
But, yeah.
is there something that you're facing, fear and anxiety, that you are relying on the same coping skill?
Yeah, I think all the time at work
Are you
That's
conscious
right.
of it?
yeah.
So when you lifted those weights and did it, because you saw
Mhm.
yourself do it, it
Right.
felt how?
Well, once I did it a couple times, it became familiar, but it was unfamiliar before. So
And-
I feel like now I don't even think twice. But the same thing I'm finding the same things with my job. I got an email again from another heavy court case that we have that was kind of swept under the rug for the past few weeks.
Mm-hmm.
I got that email. It sparked a little bit of anxiety because now I'm fearful for the whole thing.
Unfamiliar
to fail again.
process again.
Right. So, yeah, I can use the same coping skills. I mean, the same kind of self-talk.
Right. So basically what I'm hearing from everybody is we're either encouraging ourselves or getting encouragement from others. Is it safe to say, right? It's encouragement. Is that a good word to use? So when I think about it, I've been thinking a lot about that word, encourage. So it's with courage. So the thing that we're lacking is courage.
Right.
So what is it? What's courage mean to you? What is courage? If you had to define it quickly, what's courage to you?
To be brave.
Brave? What do you think? Courage.
Yeah, brave.
Brave,
Brave, yeah, being strong, standing.
strong. And I keep
Standing
seeing Cinderella. Be kind and have courage, right? And it's almost that with kindness and with love and with being gentle, we have this thing that we're supposed to be so strong and tough, right? Like in the Wizard of Oz, right? The lion has to go fight the witch to go find his courage.
Right.
So we have all these fairy tales, Harry Potter, and we have all these different ways to portray courage. But in our own life, it's not that easy
Right.
because fear often wins, right? So this class, I want to really focus on that concept of courage, right? So what do we each need, do you think? Like for me, I'm going to think, for me to be courageous, I think it means to actually be more soft, more vulnerable, more willing to show my emotions, more willing to be weak. How about you, Rock?
Same. I can relate to that because I really don't like to show my emotions. Because then, like, if I cry in front of someone, they think I'm probably vulnerable.
Mm-hmm.
So, like, the only person I'm really comfortable crying in front of is like, or like showing my emotions a lot is like my mother.
Mm-hmm.
So I have a really close relationship.
Because you
with my
trust
mom,
her, right?
I trust her a lot. So like she's like really the only person
Mm-hmm.
I'm comfortable with you.
Mm-hmm.
Because I know you and I know that you are like.
That I'm going to hold your emotions without taking advantage.
Yeah.
So we have to know that somebody's not going to use what we come forth with to hurt us. Right? How about you? What do you have to be courageous about?
Will I have to be great?
Yeah, what do you feel like you need courage to?
Everything. I'm just right now putting it out to the universe and saying it's for my own best, for my best good, and I'm just putting it out. Like so many things that I'm afraid of and bother me, but I'm just putting it out to the universe, and I know it's going to be for the good that's going to come back to me.
Mm-hmm.
I'm just trying to think of that. It's just meant for things happen for a reason.
So you know what you make me think of, and I talked with my son tonight about this. When you say that, I'm putting it out to the universe, and I think about like, when you throw something that has spikes and it has to stick, and I think about we could throw our stuff out randomly like this, and it's like to the wind, to the world, or we could just really throw it up and point it to the top toward God, toward the highest source of who we are. And if we can really stick to that point of reference, all the strands of us, we're just strands of disconnected parts, whether it's in love, like finding a girlfriend, or whether it's in work, or whether it's at home, all these little, what seems so separate, it's all one vein of who we truly are. But we have to dig deep and know that we're gonna just line it up, poof, to this point, and then really line it back up to this point, to our gut. So our gut, which is our true discernment of who am I? What do I want? What do I really want? What do I want? Not my mother, not my father, not my friends. What do I want? What are my values? How have I been using my time? How have I been prioritizing? How do I value and look at what my gifts are and specialize in that stuff I'm really good at and throw away all the rest. And then keep putting effort to keep going in one direction. Because if we don't do that, we're hooking into this one and how they might judge me, my boss, my friend, my parent, my whatever. All these people, they keep leading us this way in the murky waters. And everything seems so confusing and overwhelming. So it's like we got to throw it, line it up. And I think tonight what I want you to, this oil is courage, right? It's an oil that we typically use for little kids, but it has two things in it, wild orange and cinnamon. Cinnamon's the oil of just total feeling sensual, alive, vibrant, connected, beautiful. And wild orange has that orange zest of passion and life. But if you think about it, everything below our heart, right? Our heart, I look at it this way, I call it wholeheartedness. When we could come into a really loving place and say, I love myself, I love God, I'm here for a reason, and I'm willing to just accept everything. I'm willing to forgive people and stop blaming and stop lying. Period. Then I could come from this place, because all the stuff down here is our basement. It's this stuff it's all the fear, it's all the worry, it's all the shame, it's all the guilt, and it's the stuff that we keep us sticky. It stays sticky because it's dark and it sticks to us because we hold on to it because maybe we're not ready to let it go. We're still blaming people, whatever it is, but it's in the basement and it's keeping our heart heavy. And you never, ever can stick to the top here, to that central point of our highest, best self if we're being pulled this way. So you got to be able to come up to the heart. That means clearing out all this junk, all this stuff, throw it away, declutter, so that when we come to the heart, we know I'm good, I'm here, I'm ready. I love me, I forgive me, I accept me. Then we could start coming here, speak my truth, see my truth, be open to God, be grateful every single day. And then this color, this stuff in the second chakra is powerful. It's not tainted with little crap. The lower chakras are our fire and our energy. The root keeps us grounded, stable, really ready to take what life gives us. The belly gives us flow, and it gives us that oomph and that power to be intuitive and creative and passionate and all the stuff that we need with a good heart to make action. And then that third mental up here, the yellow, that fire energy lets us go for it. But we never have all those powerful energies if they're dirty. We need it like fuel to the rocket. I look at when we take off and we shoot for here, that rocket's gonna line up and go this way. But it never has enough clean fuel if the stuff's dirty and sticky, right? And everything gets clogged,
It's up to the ground.
right? So we're trying to clean it out. And that's what the TRE is gonna do. That's what our breath is gonna do. And that's what we went through earlier, our encouraging words to ourselves. Until we're able to speak encouragingly, kindly, gently to our own self, we can't depend on other people to do it for us. Your ex-boyfriend's your ex now. He's not there to do it. Nobody's going to always be there to tell us. So we got to pull on the necessary resources to dig within and know I'm okay and I can do this, because ultimately we're alone. Ultimately, who do you have? Yeah, you got your mother, but our mothers, our fathers, we help them when we line it up straight and we dig deep and we figure out what I want.
Selfish, but you gotta help yourself before
And you
anyone.
put your oxygen mask on first, because you're going to help the other passengers on the plane if you're all you can't. So you selfishly grab it, you breathe, you ground, you get balanced, And you're the magnet, everybody, you're helping everyone. And it's no different. And in life, I don't care what you tell me. No matter what you think you're going after, it might be the money, it might be the fame, it might be what everybody's telling you, or on Instagram, everybody's doing it. But if you don't clean house, living in you are these elements of whatever it is, shame, not enough, whatever it is, that is speaking to the universe. No matter what you think, you're convincing yourself. So when you think bad stuff's happened, it's just because the stuff that's in you is still alive, and you're attracting all the stuff that's giving you the lessons to face it, to have the courage to say, this isn't all happening to me. I'm bringing it. And now the universe gives you what you might think is bad opportunity to say, man, let me take this, let me look honestly and see how I can tweak it and change it and do something a little bit differently.